The world, the kingdom, suffereth violence, and the violence shall take it by force. If we can't live in peace, then let's die in peace.
I also did parades, and in the summertime, like on 4th of July, I used to be in 4 parades in one day. I've always told people when I got into clown makeup, I regressed into childhood. It was fun being a clown because you could be yourself or just let yourself go and act a fool.
Welcome to Darker Things. I'm the Darkman, your host for the series that investigates the chilling depths of history's most disturbing events and personalities. Today, we continue our study of Jim Jones, the enigmatic leader of the infamous People's Temple, whose charismatic and manipulation tactics led hundreds to ruin. On our last episode, we revisited the early childhood of Jim Jones and how being poor and having a superstitious mother helped set in motion the time bomb that would become Jim Jones. Today, we're going to catch up with Jim Jones, the young adult. By now, he's been living in Indianapolis with his mother. The year is 1948. By now, Jim Jones has graduated from high school. He's working in a hospital. When not working, he spends most of his free time studying the Bible and finding ways to serve his community. It is while working at the hospital he meets Marcelin Baldwin. The two would marry in less than a year in a double wedding with Marcelin's sister in 1949. Jim and Marcelin would begin working in community and grassroots socialist groups. Jones started out as a preacher, but his forward thinking on desegregation and having blacks sit in the front did not sit well with his superiors. And so Jim left and formed his own church. Jim's interest in reaching the marginalized and the outcast drew the discriminated against people and droves to his church. When he started the church, he began selling monkeys as domesticated pets to support it financially. It wasn't long before Jones was able to persuade his congregation into the collective consciousness that if everyone shared their wealth and resources, the People's Temple could be the hands and feet of God and carry out God's work. And seemingly, true to his word, the People's Temple had a daycare. This allowed the families to work and not have to worry about paying the cost of childcare and emptying their pockets. People's Church provided this free of charge. They had a medical clinic where the uninsured could get screenings and preventative care. They even had some who were taken off the streets and assisted with overcoming drug addictions and mental illness. As a result of Jones' hard work and progressive leadership, Jones was appointed the director of the Indianapolis Human Rights Commission. Jones was indeed building a kingdom, a holy kingdom. He was bringing about that socialist Eden that he started talking about. But with all the good the People's Temple was doing, it wasn't without resistance. People who did not want the change that the People's Temple was bringing to Indianapolis attacked the church by vandalizing it, attempting to set fire to it, and defacing it with racial slurs. As if that weren't bad enough, some of Jones' own followers' family weren't so sure that Jones had their family members' best interests at heart. Rumors began to circulate of financial mishandling. Not long after that, Jones began to preach on a lurking danger of nuclear attack and the devastating results of a nuclear fallout. And with approximately 200 members, Jones charted his own exodus for the People's Temple, leading them out of the wilderness of Indianapolis into the promised land of Redwood Valley, California, just outside Ukiah. Jones would cite a magazine article in Esquire as the reason for choosing Redwood Valley, as it was stated it was the most survivable in the event of a nuclear attack. It'd be a place where People's Temple could create a socialist Eden. What lay in store for the hope-filled purpose members of the People's Temple? Reverend Jones promised them a better way of life. Would they find it? We will cover all that and more in the next episode. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Darker Things. I'm your host, Darkman, reminding you that once you enter the dark, you may never be the same.